Hi, I'm Linda, and I wondered if, as a storyteller, I need to open that gap between what the character wants and what they expect to happen, how I can do that in the best way.
Well, your question misstates a certain thing. It's not a gap between what a character wants and what a character expects to happen. It's the gap between what a character does at any specific moment in life in an effort to achieve what they want, and they take an action expecting that this action will cause a helpful, enabling, positive reaction in their world, but a gap opens up when the world reacts more powerfully than they expected, reacts differently than they expected, and the world certainly does not cooperate with them. The world, in fact, is antagonistic and thwarts or blocks their desire from what they want. And so it's a gap between action and result, between what a character expects to happen when they take an action and what really does when they do. That is the gap that we're talking about. And I'm sure you understood that. You just probably just misstated it a little bit in your question. As to how to open up gaps between what a character expects to happen and what really does when they do, this requires what we call writing in character. You have to go into your character's mind and put yourself in that situation immediately that the character is in. Look out at the world, as it were, through the character's eyes, and ask yourself, if I were this character in these circumstances, what would I do? Not what would I do in these circumstances, because you're not the character. So what you might do might have nothing to do with what the character would do. Not what would the character do in these circumstances, because when you think like that, you're picturing your character up on the stage of your life, their life, and you're guessing at what characters would do, and guesses are almost inevitably cliches. And so you ask yourself, if I were this character in these circumstances, what would I do? And if you understand the character deeply, and you understand the circumstances beautifully, then you would know what the character would do, what action the character would choose to take in an effort to achieve their desire at that moment. Then you step out of character and you go around to another character's point of view, to the physical world's point of view, or you get into the subconscious mind of your character and you ask yourself the question, what would happen that is honest and true to this moment that my character would not see coming? How would the world react in a way that is truthful and specific to this character in the world, but an action that is indeed more powerful and different than the character expected? And so you open up the gap by getting into your character's point of view to take an action, then you get out of your character's point of view and you find another point of view somewhere in that world, other characters, as I said, the physical world, the unconscious lives of these. You find another point of view so that you can create a reaction that the character did not see coming, that opens up that famous gap. And so it's a matter of moving inside, outside, and being able to see the world from these various angles. And in that process, you will be able to create gaps in reality that cause the brilliant turning points of story.